That's okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshram Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Bukram Kotivachalang Pangamang Hayate Grim Yat Kripa Tadaham Bande Shikaram Tadataranam Vanchakalpa Tiyubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I thought I would read from my favorite verse in the Bhagavad Gita, which is 10:10. Many of you may know this verse, so you can repeat after me. Te samsarati yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam tadami buddhi-yogam tam yenamam piyanti te. Krishna says, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Purport. In this verse, the word buddhi-yogam is very significant. We may remember that in the second chapter, the Lord, instructing Arjuna, said that he had spoken to him of many things that he would instruct him in the way of buddhi-yoga. Now, buddhi-yoga is explained. Buddhi-yoga itself is action in Krishna consciousness. That is the highest intelligence. Buddhi means intelligence, and yoga means mystic activities or mystic elevation. When one tries to go back home, back to Godhead, and takes fully to Krishna consciousness in devotional service, his action is called buddhi-yoga. In other words, buddhi-yoga is the process by which one gets out of the entanglement of this material world. The ultimate goal of progress is Krishna. People do not know this. Therefore, the association of devotees and a bona fide spiritual master are important. One should know that the goal is Krishna, and when the goal is assigned, then the path is slowly but progressively traversed, and the ultimate goal is achieved. When a person knows the goal of life but is addicted to the fruits of activity, he is called a karma yogi. When he knows that the goal is Krishna, but he takes pleasure in mental speculation to understand Krishna, he is acting in jñāna-yoga. And when he knows the goal and seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in bhakti-yoga or buddhi-yoga, which is the complete yoga. This complete yoga is the highest perfectional stage of life. The person may have a bona fide spiritual master and may be attached to a spiritual organization, but if he is still not intelligent enough to make progress, then Krishna from within gives him instructions so that he may ultimately come to him without difficulty. The qualification is that a person always engage himself in Krishna consciousness and with love and devotion render all kinds of services. He should perform some sort of work for Krishna, and that work should be with love. If a devotee is not intelligent enough to make progress on the path of self-realization, but is sincere and devoted to the activities of devotional service, the Lord gives him a chance to make progress and ultimately to attain him. So this is the goal of the human form of life, to attain this love for Krishna. Everybody wants to be loved and to love. This is the most attractive thing in the material world. But in the material world, it's very rare to find actual love. What we find is something diametrically different, which is lust. Lust means I have some desire for myself. Love means I want to please the object of my love. And there's no better person to give our attention to than Kṛṣṇa. Because Kṛṣṇa, he's so great that he could satisfy unlimited living entities. He could have a loving relationship with unlimited living entities. Yeah. This is the greatness of Kṛṣṇa. So Kṛṣṇa comes to help us to be attracted to him again. Now in this world, people are attracted to so many things, so many material things. Mainly people are attracted to sense gratification, getting a lot of money. Money is the honey, right, by which they get sense gratification. But this doesn't satisfy the soul. This doesn't satisfy the soul. What satisfies the soul is loving service to Kṛṣṇa. Service is there in the living entity. Actually, all living entities are doing service in this world. Even the animals. The mother has a child, like a dog has a pup, and the mother's doing service for the pup. Even in other living entities, service is there. But the highest service that one can do is service to Kṛṣṇa. And it's stated, bhakti purusana bhava viraktya anyacha chaisa trika ekakala. That by rendering devotional service, three things automatically happen. One, we develop our love for Kṛṣṇa, by which we become completely satisfied. Don't want anything else. Yeah. Two, we become detached from material life. Prabhupada said, you relish the detachment, and you relish the sweetness of devotional service. They go hand in hand. The closer we get to Kṛṣṇa, the more we become detached from this material world. Why? Because Kṛṣṇa is all attractive. Therefore his name is Kṛṣṇa. He's very attractive. So we develop our love for Kṛṣṇa, we become detached, and we get realization of Kṛṣṇa. You realize Kṛṣṇa is God. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just as when we eat, we experience some pleasure. We're going to have prasadam pretty soon here. And the prasadam, it's pretty good. Yeah? Yeah? It seems pretty. Actually, a lot of people come for the prasad. The temple room, actually, it gets, as prasadam time comes, the temple room usually fills up more. That's an attractive feature of our Sunday feast program. So, you experience pleasure. Eventually, you had enough, you're detached. Devotee tries to give you more. No. Enough. Okay, I'm good. Now in India, you tell people, no, I've had enough. They get around your hand and they put any more. They put more. More prasad. And you get nourishment. Just like when you're eating nice, healthy prasad, you get nourished. Right? So that's compared to realization. We get realization of Kṛṣṇa. It means our soul is getting nourished by this process of devotional service. Would you like to hear a nice story of Krishna in this regard? There was a thief who was walking through a village not far from Vrindavan. And this is at the time when Krishna was with us, 5,000 years ago. So he was walking through this village. And he saw a Brahmana given a discourse. He's talking to an audience there, Srimad Bhagavatam, or some other scripture. So this thief thought, well, let me stop and hear some words from this sadhu. See, in India, even the thieves are a little pious, you know. So he sat and was listening. And this speaker, he was mentioning how Krishna, he's in Vrindavan, and he's decorated with valuable jewels. Very attractive. And Krishna is very beautiful. And Krishna is so attractive that he's more attractive than the jewels. And generally, when people put on jewels, that makes the person more attractive, but actually Krishna makes the jewels more attractive. So this thief was thinking, well, I'll just go to Vrindavan, I'll find Krishna, get his jewels from him, and then I'll be set for life. So he got up, and he's going to Vrindavan, and he's in the forest of Vrindavan, and he's looking for Krishna, and he's shouting, Krishna! Oh, Krishna! 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 Where are you? Krishna! Krishna! For hours he's going around Vrindavan. Krishna! Where are you? Krishna! And then Krishna comes. I'm Krishna. What do you want? Oh, Krishna, you're so beautiful. I've heard of your beauty. You're so beautiful. Well, Krishna, you're just a small boy. You don't need these jewels. Can you give me your jewels? Oh, no, I can't give you my jewels. My mother will be very upset. Oh, so many jewels are there. No, 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 no. Oh, please, you're a young boy, you don't need jewels, you don't know anything about wealth. No, 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 my father also, he'll be very upset if I give my jewels. So he's thinking of how to get the jewels. And as he's meditating like this, because he's in the presence of Krishna, he got purified. And Krishna, he's so astute. He knows everyone's thoughts. So he noticed he's become purified. He didn't want the jewels anymore. And then Krishna said, okay, you could have my jewels. And then the thief said, no, Krishna, I don't want your jewels. Now I just want to serve you. So this is what happens when you come in contact with Krishna. Of course, the best way to attain this desire to serve Krishna is by this chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Kalar doshna he rajan, asti he kamahadguna. Kirtana deva Krishna mukta sangha param bhaja. At this age of Kali, it's a very degraded age. Very degraded. But the one good quality of the sage is that simply by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, the mind and the heart become completely purified. And you can be qualified to enter into the kingdom of God. This is the key to the spiritual world, this chanting. But there's a way to chant, not just chanting and watching television at the same time. That doesn't work. Or I saw one person, he was chanting his japa and he was playing soccer. This is called inattentive japa. The best way to chant the Hare Krishna mantra is very attentively. Very attentively. And the meaning of the mantra is it's a prayer. We're praying to Krishna, please, please allow me to serve you. Energy of Krishna, Hare, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rama, the pleasure potency of Krishna, Bala, please engage me in your loving service. So we're praying for this service to Krishna. Service must be there. Either we're going to serve Krishna or we serve Maya. Kamarinam katina katita palita durni desas tesam jata maina kurunana strapano pasanti utrujaitam athidu padesam vitam labdabudis tamayata sarnam abhayam nam mamni yusapna dasya. This is by Rupa Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis, great Vaishnava. He says, for so long I've been the humble, menial servant of many bad masters. Lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, madness. For so long I've been serving them, but they've never shown any mercy to me. Generally, if you serve someone, you get something favorable in return, right? But from these bad masters, I get nothing but misery in return. Nothing favorable. Nor have I been ashamed of serving these bad masters. Nor have I wanted to give up serving them. But now, my dear Lord Krishna, you've given me transcendental intelligence. By your mercy, you've given me buddhi. And here in this verse, is buddhi is here. You've given me transcendental intelligence, so I no longer want to serve these bad masters. Now I just want to serve you, the best master. Krishna is the best master. And he will fully satisfy us inconceivably. We can't. There's no limit to the happiness that we will receive by surrendering to Krishna, by serving Krishna. Yeah. The nature of the soul is eternality, knowledge, and bliss. It's like Krishna. This is his nature. So we also have this nature. So better give our attention to Krishna. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, he explains this verse, which Prabhupada says in the purport, is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Would you like to hear it? Mat karma krin, mat parama, mat bhakta sangavarjita, nirvaira sarabhutesu, machita tadatam bhavaya. He says, one who works for me. We have to work also. We're all doing something. But generally people are working for their sense gratification, not for Krishna. But he says, one who works for me, without desiring to get any result out of it, just for the pleasure of me, makarma kren mat parama, who understands me to be the supreme. Now in present society, it's the me generation. People are working for me, about me. I want, me. But actually we should work for Krishna. He's our Father. He's given us everything that we want. We have nice food. You know, scientists can't make that. We're getting water. Without water, we would all die. Yeah. We're getting sunlight. All these things, wonderful things, are being given to us by Krishna. We're not paying any tax. Krishna's just giving it to us freely. He's very kind. So better work for Krishna. He's the supreme. Mat karma krin mat par mad bhakta. One should engage in devotional service. Mad bhakta. We're practitioners of bhakti-yoga. Yoga means connection. So we're trying to connect with Krishna, and we're trying to disconnect from the material nature. The more we connect to Krishna, the more we become free of the darkness of this world. And we become filled with the light of Krishna consciousness. The pleasing, the pleasant light of Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Bhakti prasana bhava virakti anyata chaisa trikela. What is it? Mad karma karma mad bhakta sangavarjita means giving up bad association, right? So here, Krishna, by Krishna's mercy, by Prabhupada's mercy, we have a temple here where you get nice association. Yeah. You can hear about Krishna, there's kirtan. We have Dravida Prabhu's Bhagavad Gita class on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. A little plug there for you. Right on time, 7:50. So, there's so many ways you can associate with devotees. Now we have, how many of you have heard of dandavats.com? Oh, many of you don't know. You can associate with so many devotees on dandavats.com. If you don't know how to spell it, you can come to me after class and I can spell it for you. Dandavats.com. Also we have something called Desire Tree. How many of you heard of desiretree.com? Huh? ISKCON Desire Tree. There's literally thousands of lectures given by hundreds of devotees. ISKCONDesiretree.com. Just wonderful lectures and kirtans and festivals and all kinds of things. You know, that's why it's called Desire Tree. It's a desire tree of nectar. So there's many ways. Now when we have all this modern technology, there's so many ways that you can associate with devotees. Yeah. Every day. You pick your choice. You know, pick whoever you want. There's so many wonderful devotees to hear from. And Prabhupada, of course, all Prabhupada's lectures are there. ISKCON Desire Tree. So associate with the devotees. Mat karma krin mat parama mad bhakta sangavard nirvaira sarvabhutesu, who was a friend to all living entities. Yeah. We should be friendly with everyone except for demons. We stay away from demons. And one may ask, well, why is that? Shouldn't we be merciful to the demons? Well, there's three types of devotees. There's the Uttama Adhikari. He can even be around a demon and not be disturbed. He's okay. And even they turn demons into devotees. I'll tell you one story of this Narada Muni. He is such an Uttama Adhikari. Narada Muni. He was in a forest, and he was walking through a forest, and he was finding these animals that were half dead. They weren't completely dead. They were just almost dead. They were just suffering. And he would see it again and again. He would see these animals that were half dead. He was thinking, my God, who would be like this? So he found the person who was doing this, and he said to him, why don't you kill them all the way instead of leaving them suffering? You know, I mean, it's already bad that you're shooting these animals, but kill them all the way so they don't have to continue suffering like this. He said, well, this is the way my father taught me. You know, father like son, right? So Narada Muni said, but you know, you're going to get a lot of karma. All these animals that you're causing suffering to, they're going to come back and you're going to receive the same suffering. And he was shocked. He said, I've never heard this before. My father never told me. Father didn't know. So Narada Muni is such a pure, powerful personality that this man said, well, what should I do? And Narada Muni said, you should break your bow. Don't do this anymore. Then how will I survive? Don't worry, I'll take care of everything. So he did. He had faith in Narada Muni. So he broke his bow, and Narada Muni said, you just go home and don't worry, I'll take care of everything. And word got out that this hunter had stopped hunting and that he had become a sadhu by the association of Narada Muni. So people started bringing things to him because they knew he was surviving off of his hunting. Well, now how's he going to survive? So people, and this is the nature in India. When people find out there's a sadhu, then people give things to them. And this person had transformed by the association of Narada Muni. He had become a sadhu. So people were giving things. And people were giving too much. And then Narada Muni came with a friend to see this personality. And when he saw Narada Muni, he was so happy, he started running to see Narada Muni. But as he was running, he was jumping around. And when he got to Narada Muni, he paid obeisances. And Narada Muni said, well, when you were coming to us, you were jumping around. Why was that? He said, I didn't want to step on any ants when I was coming to you. Just see the transformation. A horrible murder, killing animals like that in a horrible way. And now he doesn't want to step on ants. So this is a uttama adhikari. He could transform demons into devotees, great devotees. Then there's the madhyama adhikari. He sees 4 types of people or personalities. Krishna, Supreme Lord. The devotees, he serves Krishna. He serves the devotees, makes friendship with the devotees. He's merciful to the innocent. And to the demoniac, to the envious, he avoids. Yeah. So, therefore, in this Krishna consciousness movement, our most important activity is giving. Is giving this knowledge. There's what is the movement now? Is live to give. Yeah. We live to give. And many of the devotees here came because they received a book. I received a Bhagavad Gita. And the combination of Krishna and Arjuna is very powerful. So I was convinced Krishna is God. So I gave my life to Krishna. So this is the power of giving this knowledge out to others. Knowledge is very important. There's material knowledge and there's spiritual knowledge. Now in this world there's a lot of material knowledge. Universities, so much material knowledge. You could learn all about business and technology and science, so many things, but you can't learn about the most important thing. What's the most important thing? The soul and God, the Supreme Soul. Yeah, you can't learn about what is most important, and therefore there's a lot of frustration. A lot of frustration in the world. Stress is the main disease now. Why? Because people aren't learning what is most important. I'll give you an example, just like, imagine there's a green nursery here in San Diego where they're selling all kinds of plants. And they sell trees, trees and plants also. So the idea is that people come and they buy the trees or plants and they plant them in their yard and it grows nicely. But sometimes the trees aren't sold. So what happens is the roots, they go against the pot. And the tree doesn't grow properly. It gets stunted, right? Because they can't grow properly. The roots can't grow out the way they want to. So similarly, because people aren't getting knowledge which is most important, they're stunted. They can't grow properly. Whereas we're getting all this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, so nice. We're getting this knowledge and we're growing, right? Spiritually, we're growing. So we want people to grow all over the world by receiving this knowledge, getting out of this stunted condition, where they can grow spiritually. So the spiritual master in the Vedas, they give us direction. There's a little nursery rhyme some of you may know, which is actually very spiritual. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. So this body, it's like a boat that can help us to be carried across this ocean of material existence. Did the Indians ever heard that rhyme before? No? It's an American thing. But so many things that go into India, I was thinking maybe you guys heard that also. So, yeah, the material body, it's a boat by which we can cross this vast ocean of material existence. But we should go gently. Now this is America. It's a rugged individualism. But we should be gentle souls, tolerant, kind, compassionate, gentle. Gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So this material life, it's a dream. Tonight we're going to go to sleep, and some of us may have a dream. It happens, right? But it's a short dream. But then you wake up, and we wake up to a longer dream. This is also a dream. I'm in this body now for a short time. Now I'm 68 years old. Not much time left in this body. And I'll go on to another. Hopefully, the plan is to go back to the spiritual world, get a spiritual body. That's the plan, but may not. You never know. We never know. But I'm going to continue. This body is going to end in a short time. And all of these bodies, they're going to end in a short time. We're eternal. How long is that? It's a long time. It's the eternal. We're eternal. So these bodies, it's just a moment. If you compare our eternal position. So we're going to be here for a short time, then we're going to continue on. So it's a dream. We're thinking, like my name is Vijaya Dasa, but this is temporary. I'll have another name in a short time, another body, hopefully a spiritual body, with Krishna's mercy. And this is actually the goal of the human form of life, is to become so pure that in our next life we don't have a material body, we have a spiritual body. And Prabhupada explains that we don't go in our next life, if we do reach that purity, we don't go right back to the spiritual world. We go to a place where Krishna is performing his pastimes someplace in the material universe, in one of the universes. Yeah. Because Krishna is Nitya Leela, his pastimes are always going on somewhere in these material universes. So we go there and we get trained up, yeah, on how to live with Krishna and Krishna's friends and all the residents of Vrindavan. We go there, get trained up. Something to look forward to. Yeah. But we got to be qualified. We have to be pure. Just like for us to go to London, you can't just go to London, right? What do you have to do? You got to have a passport. You got to have a visa. You can't just go into England without any documents or anything. So just to go to England, you got to be qualified. There's got to be some qualification. So, what to speak of going to the spiritual world? We got to be qualified. So, this knowledge is meant to help us realize there is a God, and Krishna is that God. One person saw something written on in Europe. There was, they had these long trains, a lot of trains in Europe. So on the side, someone, in the wall there, someone wrote, "God is dead." And after Nietzsche died, someone wrote, "Nietzsche is dead. God." So some people, they don't believe there is a God. Most people believe there is, at least here in America. It's one of the, actually in Europe there's a lot of atheism. But this is the only first world country that has large percentage of God-conscious people. And Prabhupada actually said, the reason America is flourishing so well is because it's the only country in the world where it's stated on all the currency, "In God we trust." Therefore, Krishna's reciprocating. He reciprocates. Now there's a lot of atheists that are trying to take that off the currency because they don't like to walk around with these things that say, "I trust God." Right? Of course, nowadays people aren't even using money. Using technology now. So, yeah. Krishna is God. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And if we devote ourselves to Him, we will be very satisfied in life. Bhogaisvaya prasaktanam taya prachitesam vyavasayamikabhuni ekeha kruna. That in the minds of those who are too attached to material opulence and sense gratification, the fixed determination to engage in devotional service doesn't take place. So we got to give up this idea that we can be satisfied by material sense gratification and material opulence. They won't satisfy the soul. It doesn't mix, just like oil and water, it doesn't mix. So spirit and matter doesn't mix. Or Prabhupada gives the example of the fish. You take a fish out of water and you give it wealth and you give it a mansion, you give it so many things. It won't be happy until it's put back into the water. So similarly, no matter how many things we gather in this world, it's not going to satisfy the soul. When Prabhupada was in India before he came to America, He was poverty-stricken. He didn't have anything. No money, just some one or two old dhotis and kurtas. He had nothing. But he was the wealthiest person on the planet because he had so much devotion for Krishna. That's wealth. Premadana vanavyati daridra jivan dasakaya vitanamora deha premadana. It's stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. If one does not have love for Krishna, one is considered to be a poor soul. Daridra jivan. Actually, this is Lord Chaitanya speaking. He says, therefore, my dear Lord Krishna, please engage me in your service, and all I want as salary is love for you. This is the best salary. Money comes and goes, doesn't satisfy the soul, but devotion. Prabhupada had no money, but he was so devoted to Krishna. He was so devoted to Krishna that when he came to America, so many people, so many youth gave up their material life and devoted themselves to Krishna. In the 60s, it was it drug, sex, and rock and roll. Thank you. You took that right out of my mouth. Thank you. that was the mantra: drug, sex, and rock and roll. That's what they were absorbed in. Prabhupada comes and instructs them, guides them in their spiritual life, and tells them, no, don't gamble, don't take intoxication, no meat, no illicit sex. Give all this up. And because he was so pure, they did. Because they were happier chanting Hare Krishna and hearing Prabhupada than doing all the other things that they were doing. And it spread all over the world. There was a book called The Hare Krishna Explosion. Thousands and thousands of youth were giving their life to Krishna, to Prabhupada. Now, at the time that Prabhupada came, there was an unwritten rule amongst the youth. Don't trust anyone over 35. Because that was the old generation. Right? Prabhupada shows up, he's twice that age, 70. Huh? Oh, it's 30. Okay, he was there. Don't trust anyone over 30. Right? Now we got it right. Prabhupada shows up, he is more than twice that, and they're giving their life to him. Because he brought Krishna. And before Prabhupada came, there were so many Bhagavad Gitas. But these people were coming because of hearing Bhagavad Gita and so many other texts, Srimad Bhagavatam also. But no one became a devotee of Krishna from all these other Bhagavad Gitas. Prabhupada said there's actually about 500 different translations of the Bhagavad Gita. And so many were here already in America. Nobody became a devotee. So all those other Bhagavad Gitas, they can be called Bhagavad Gita as it isn't. Because they're not giving the real message. There was no love. There was one commentator who he gave commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, and when he got to Sarvadhamam Parityajya, abandon all varieties of religion, and just surrender to me, all free of all sinful reaction, do not fear. In the commentary, this person writes, Krishna is asking for too much. So-called commentator, such demons, you know. And another person commented on it, and in his commentary he says, I do not know whether Krishna existed or not. He's commenting on the Bhagavad Gita. Everybody's got to use the Bhagavad Gita. You know. Prabhupada was so upset. But when Prabhupada came, oh, so many people. I first read it, I was like, wow, finally I found some truth, you know, some real truth. So we're fortunate to have this knowledge, and we should actually, if you don't have the Srimad Bhagavatam, I think we have sets here Chaitanya Charitamrita. Of course, we have Bhagavad Gita. We have so many books. I highly recommend get books and read them, and you'll find yourself to be very inspired by this knowledge. So, what time is it anyway? 9 to 7. Okay. Is there any question or comment? Yes, my dear friend. I think we have a microphone there for you. Yeah, all right, let's hear it.
You may also recall one commentator said that it is not to Krishna that you need to surrender, but to the unborn within Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's a difference. See, he's thinking that Krishna has a material body, just like we have our within, we're the soul within the body, but Krishna, he is his body. He has a spiritual body. There's no within and without. We're the soul within this body, but Krishna's body is completely spiritual. See, these people don't know, unfortunately, what they're talking about. And people are misled. Thousands and maybe millions of people are misled by these people. But fortunately, some people are getting Prabhupada's books and benefiting. Yes?
One thing is, Srila Prabhupada could have brought Bhagavad Gita over in those trunks, but he brought Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah, interesting.
Because he would say later that practically they have ruined Bhagavad Gita. Let me come with Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank you. Yeah. And then when he was here, he started the Bhagavad Gita, right? Actually, he had already had one, but I think his wife sold it for tea biscuits.
Right.
Which was the end of that relationship. Yeah. So then when he came here, he started the Bhagavad Gita translation. Yes, we have a hand right here. Who has the mic? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I have had one question for a long time and very confused about it. You just mentioned the shloka called Bhogasya Ruprasatta Nam Taya Pahati Chet Sam Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Samadho Na Vidhiyate, which mentions that people who are too attracted to sense gratification and sense enjoyment, devotional service to the Lord does not take place, like the determination, right? So, spiritually, I have been practicing everything very strongly and with a high discipline, but in addition to having a spiritual goal, I do have some material things in life, such as like to travel, like nature very much. So whenever I go in nature...
Can someone close that door, please? A little noisy out there. See, now people are coming. You see how Prasad time's coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in addition to having my spiritual practice, my top priority, Krishna is my top priority every day in everyday's life. But I do have some material desire to travel, and I love nature. So does it call a material sense gratification? Does it consider? I'm always confused. Do I have to go in nature, or should I stop doing all those things? Yes, I really feel, I really feel guilty. I'm initiated devotee, and I think after taking initiation, is it the right thing to do for me to go in nature or travel the world? Or
well, you're not breaking the principles by doing that. So.
No, never, never.
No, I mean, Prabhupada, he would very often, as soon as he would arrive at a temple, he would go to the botanical gardens or something.
Okay.
He liked nature also. He would go and they would go on his walks. Practically every day he would find some nice place.
Okay.
So that's okay. You're not displeased. As far as traveling, if you're traveling to just go on a vacation and have a good time, well, that's one thing. But if you go to travel to preach and share Krishna consciousness with others,
yes,
that's what I do. That's my service. I do a lot of traveling myself, although I'm getting kind of tired of it now.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay. Haribol Prabhu, thank you so much. Thank you, Haribol.
And your neighbor over here has a question.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I just want to tell the story you told regarding the thief and Krishna. So there is another version or like extended version of the story. I just want to tell if everybody is interested.
All right, let's hear it. There's different versions of Krishna's pastimes.
Yeah, so the thing is like, when the thief comes back and tell others that I have met Krishna and I have seen him, everybody got astonished. Like, how did you see? Like, we are
Put the microphone closer.
Yeah, we are like searching for Krishna. We are praying him, but we are not being able to see him. How did you see him? So, like the priest also, who was giving the all the like teaching the people about Krishna, he has also not seen Krishna. So they again come back to the place where the thief found Krishna, and again the thief started calling Krishna, "Where are you?" And then Krishna comes, and the priest asks, like, I am like offering you every day puja. I am doing puja, everything, but I have not seen you. But you have you like the thief has seen you. Why it is like that? So then Krishna says, because the thief has called me, he wanted to see me, nobody wanted to see me. So that's why I have in front of the thief, but not for others. So you have to call him from heart if you want to see him. Like, this is the story, just a extended version I wanted to share.
Well, thank you very much. That adds to the nectarine story of Krishna. So yeah, we have to, we're actually, the goal is we want to attain love for Krishna. That's the goal. So when we're chanting Hare Krishna, we should be praying, Krishna, please purify my heart, purify my mind, purify me of all material contamination so that I can serve you, so I could see you and serve you and love you, please. So you have to pray like that. And Prabhupada said that we should chant Hare Krishna like a child crying out to the mother. Yeah. A child is crying out to the mother, like who wants something to eat or something, or wants something. Right? So it's crying, right? So we should also cry if we can't cry, we should cry that we can't cry. And if we can't cry that we can't cry, we should cry that we can't cry that we can't cry. We should cry, Krishna, please allow me to serve you. And he'll help us, just like he appeared to this thief, a thief. Yeah. But he was intense, he wanted to see Krishna. So we should want to serve Krishna. First we should want to serve Krishna. Seeing will come later. First we should want to serve. Okay, anything else? Okay, it's about that time. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.